Love our troops versus love using our troops. Around 25,000 National Guard troops were deployed in Washington, D.C. to help defend the inauguration ceremony on Wednesday, January 20th. The next day, according to Politico's report, the troops were told to abruptly vacate the Capitol and nearby congressional buildings and were told to take their rest breaks during their 12-hour shifts outside and in parking garages. According to a guardsman, in the parking garage, there is no internet reception with just one electrical outlet and one bathroom with 2 stalls for 5,000 troops. Temperatures in Washington, D.C. were only slightly above 0 Celsius by nightfall. Yesterday, dozens of senators and congressmen walked down our lines taking photos, shaking our hands, and thanking us for our service. Within 24 hours, they had no further use for us and banished us to the corner of a parking garage. We feel incredibly betrayed, the guardsman said. According to 2 guardsmen who spoke with Politico, they were not given a clear reason why they were asked to vacate the buildings. The first guardsman said it may have been due to a complaint that some troops were not wearing masks, but denied that was the case. We have strict guidance that masks are to be worn at all times unless soldiers are eating and drinking, the guardsman said. On January 21st, photos showing the Guard members packed together in the parking garage sleeping on the ground went viral on the internet. The troops were later allowed back in facilities after the criticism from lawmakers of the banishment. Following reports of shabby treatment of National Guard forces, Republican Representative Madison Cawthorn from North Carolina tweeted a video of himself delivering pizzas to the troops in a D.C. parking garage late Thursday night. The men and women who put their lives on the line to defend our liberties deserve to be treated with honor, dignity, and respect. We rest easy at night knowing that they stand guard at the door of democracy, Cawthorn told Fox News in a statement Friday. Furthermore, following accounts of troops' banishment in the Capitol, governors of Texas, Florida, and New Hampshire have ordered their local National Guard troops to return to their respective states. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said on Fox and Friends that the assignment in D.C. was a half-cocked mission at this point, and the Texas National Guards are not Nancy Pelosi's servants.
These folks are soldiers. They've served our country all around the world. They've served our state of Florida after natural disasters. They're serving right now, helping with vaccinating senior citizens, and they've been on the front lines of the COVID fight. They're soldiers. They're not Nancy Pelosi's servants. And this comes on the back end of them trying to investigate the backgrounds of our guardsmen. Florida, we did not let them go into their political beliefs. I thought that was totally inappropriate. I thought it was very disrespectful for people who are clearly patriots. So this is a half-cocked mission at this point, and I think the appropriate thing is to bring them home.
In the meantime, widely circulated on the web is a video that shows the lobby of Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C., owned by President Donald Trump, serving as a rest area for police officers on Inauguration Day. The footage posted by Michael de Millencourt, the hotel's managing director, offers a strong contrast to the flurry of images showing troops sleeping in the garage, and according to many comments, is very telling about who loves the troops and who loves using the troops. A heart full of gratitude to all our law enforcement officers. Enjoy America's living room and great having you all with us at DC Police Department, wrote Michael de Millencourt on January 20th. COVID threshold raised. Tedros rewards Biden for rejoining WHO. On January 20th, his first day in office, Joe Biden signed an executive order to retract Trump administration's announcement to withdraw from the World Health Organization, WHO. The signed letter was transmitted to Tedros, the Director General of the WHO. On the same day, the WHO published its updated guidance, cautioning experts not to rely solely on the results of a PCR test to detect the CCP virus, also known as the novel coronavirus. Most PCR assays are indicated as an aid for diagnosis. Therefore, healthcare providers must consider any result in combination with timing of sampling, specimen type, assay specifics, clinical observations, patient history, confirmed status of any contacts, and epidemiological information, the new guidance says. As a matter of fact, scientists and physicians have raised concerns for many months of an over-reliance on and a misuse of the PCR test as a diagnostic tool, since it cannot differentiate between a live infectious virus and an inactivated virus fragment that is not infectious. It is unclear why the health agency had waited over a year until Biden took office to release the new directive. The new guidance could result in significantly fewer daily cases. Analysts say it's an immediate reward from the WHO to Biden's decision to rejoin the organization. Despite the raised threshold for examining an infection of the CCP virus, Joe Biden claimed on Friday, his third day in office, that his administration can't do anything to change the trajectory of the COVID-19 pandemic in the coming months.
Because there's nothing we can do to change the trajectory of the pandemic in the next several months.
Biden said during a speech at the White House. Haven't we been told for months that restrictions and mandates were necessary to change the trajectory of the pandemic in the next several months? Questioned former Michigan Representative Justin Amash in a tweet. Biden's decision to rejoin the WHO has received responses from lawmakers. On January 21st, Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert introduced a bill to prohibit the availability of United States contributions to the World Health Organization until Congress receives a full report on China and the COVID-19 pandemic, and for other purposes. The WHO is China-centric and panders to Beijing at every turn. There is no reason U.S. taxpayers should contribute more than $400 million annually to an organization that covered for China and failed to contain the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, Representative Boebert said in a statement. In July last year, the Trump administration pulled out of the WHO over its alleged role in helping the Chinese Communist regime cover up the severity of the CCP virus. China's initial cover-up of the virus outbreak has been well documented. The regime silenced 8 doctors, among them ophthalmologist Li Wenliang, after they tried to warn the public of a new form of pneumonia spreading in Wuhan City. The WHO initially parroted Beijing's claim that the virus was not contagious, dismissing an email warning from Taiwan. A scientific paper published last year concluded that Beijing concealed the virus's transmissibility for at least 3 weeks before publicly acknowledging that the virus was contagious on January 20th. Recently, an independent panel released an interim report criticizing Beijing and the WHO for their delayed responses to the COVID-19 outbreak in China.